The next presentation is from PGPCL. From PGPCL, we have Mr. Iqbal Ahmed. Mr. Ahmed is a well-known businessman and a philanthropist. He has undertaken innovative projects in energy sector, including the country's largest LNG import and regasification terminal at Port Qasim. JJBL is another venture of his group of companies, which is the Pakistan's largest private sector producer of LPG. Moreover, Lube Gas and Mehran LPG are the LPG marketing companies of the group with large storage and consumer base. In addition, he's also setting up a virtual pipeline project in Gwadar, which is with an estimated cost of $200 million and is entirely to be funded by the company's own sources without any commitment from the government. Topic for this presentation is LNG terminal optimization, enhancing efficiency, capacity, and reliability, advantages of LNG import by private sector, future demand supply of LNG globally, and its impact on Pakistan. Sir.
Thank you.
Just.
How do I use it?
आपको ये करके देते हैं.
Somebody will come here.
जी मैं आपको. Just give me a minute. ये है. आप इसमें सिस्टम में थोड़ा सा इशू है. आप जैसे कहेंगे ना वहां से स्लाइड ये चेंज करता जाएगा.
कुछ चेंज कर लेंगे.
हाँ. आप यहाँ से देख के बोलते जाओ.
Chairman Saab, members of OGRA, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to speak to this August gathering. I will not waste your time by going into facts and figures of what the background to LNG is. This audience is too well educated in LNG, in other words. What I will talk to you is about policy. I had prepared a presentation, but I think it is redundant in view of what I've heard. First of all, I must compliment OGRA on the selection of the title of the seminar, Unlocking the Potential of LNG in Pakistan, which means that the potential is very securely locked at present. This is evident from the fact that since 2017, no new LNG terminal has come into existence. Why? And what have you done to these two existing terminals which are there? The first terminal, set up by a highly respectable company, you subject it to 6.5 years of torture through NAB. The second terminal, for personal reasons, you terminate the contract. It is in abeyance for 3.5 years. After that, it takes international arbitration to restore the contract. This is what you do to the investors in the sector. There are 5 new terminal licenses which have been issued. All 5 are highly credible companies who are asking for nothing from the government but the permission to go ahead. And the approvals of the sector itself, which is the inclusion of the cryogenic bowsers, etc., and they are work-related issues. These licenses have been issued for more than 2 years. Why is no terminal coming up? Nobody is asking the government for any money. Nobody is asking government for any guarantees. These are the issues which OGRA should look into. OGRA should become the catalyst of getting these investments off the ground. Matters are pending in FPR. There is, according to policy, a purported LNG task force, which is supposed to meet on the request for every project. These 5 projects are held up. Why is the LNG task force not meeting? OGRA needs to take it up. OGRA needs to be more aggressive. If there is to be a demand on LNG, it should only be generated through private sector. It is not public sector's business to import and sell LNG. That is leading to creation of serious circular debt. Even today, if you allow private sector to bring in LNG cargoes and sell it to private sector, it will not only control, but actually help in reduction of circular debt. But it is not happening. The hold of the bureaucracy is like a stranglehold. They do not allow anything to happen, and nothing will happen. Jokio Saab gave a very good example that a decision to bifurcate sui companies was taken in 2007. It is 21 years ago. Nobody has the courage to do anything about it. I hope that this government, which has taken a decision to privatize PIA, has had the courage to take the decision to privatize PIA, can also take a decision, a courageous decision to bifurcate the sui companies. There are huge losses. Who is responsible for these losses? Why is it that everything is just put under the carpet for the next government, for the next officer, for the next person to solve? We need to move on, sir. If this country is to move, we need to move on. We want to move beyond this imaginary projects of TAPI and IP and LPG pipelines. And we need to be on the ground, what our capacity is, where we need to go, and let private sector take this decision. This is their money. In 2007, we were working with Accelerate. We had the president of Accelerate, a lady who's in fact called the pioneer of FSRUs, Kathleen Eisbrenner. I invited her to Pakistan and took her to meet General Musharraf. At that meeting was also Mr. Shaukat Aziz. He was the then Prime Minister. And they said that there was also some bureaucrats present, and they said that the concept of bringing gas to a country in large volumes on a ship did not exist. They were not even prepared to mentally think about the possibility that this could happen, but it did happen. We got the license at that time, later blocked for various reasons, but somebody has to have the vision to move on. My only request, sir, to everybody in the government, to OGRA in particular, is to move beyond the traditional way of thinking. Allow the private sector to unlock the potential of LNG. If they fail, it is their money. Let them sink it. These 5 projects which are there are very credible projects. LNG virtual pipeline is the need of the day. Another issue which OGRA can play a role is that too much emphasis is being placed on Port Qasim. Even the 3rd terminal that we talk of is Port Qasim. Very good. They can set up another 2. But from a strategic reason, you need to look at Gwadar and you need to look at Kaiti Bandar seriously. Because we need to have an option to Port Qasim, alternative to Port Qasim. Somebody needs to look at this. I had the honor of bringing this to the notice of the President of Pakistan. I brought it to the notice of the Chief Minister Sindh, and both because Chief Minister Sindh, because they claim that KT Bandar development is within their purview and not within the federal government purview. Be that as it may, the issue is that somebody needs to take cognizance and move on and develop those projects. There is, again, private sector interest. Whatever is the bidding process, do it. But please do it. Don't create hurdles. If $1 billion worth of investment is coming into the country, welcome it. Don't stop it. These are the real issues which we need to address. Your problem should not be demand and supply. Your problem should not be the source of supply. Your problem should not be the technology. Your problem should be the end product, and the private sector taking the risk in bringing it and selling it in private sector and giving you the price advantage. I see every day advertisements from APMA, reduction of gas price. So all of you here are highly knowledgeable people. And we all know at what price is LNG available in the market today. Excuse me, why is the government not taking advantage of it? What would happen if private sector brings in cargoes at a cheaper price without creating circular debt and gives it at a cheaper price to the end consumer? Will it harm the country? Will it hurt somebody? One committee to another committee to another committee to, you can play these games forever. I was very impressed by Jokio Saab's figures that since 2007, this decision to bifurcate the distribution and transmission network of three companies is there, but where is the action? So this is why the country is where it is. We have the potential. In today's world, and despite all the problems, despite all the challenges and the bad press of Pakistan, there are people abroad who are willing to take the risk and invest because they trust in individual companies. Why are they being stopped? For one reason or the other. There should be one window operation headed by OGRA. OGRA should be the ultimate authority for anything to do with gas or oil. No FPR, no Ministry of Petroleum, no DG Gas, no DG Liquid Gas. They're all frivolous authorities. They are irrelevant to the discussion. There should be a one window operation, and I'm going to write about this to the government. Of course, it will get discarded. Nobody will listen. But I'm going to bring it on record. That is why OGRA was created. It should be a one window operation. If I want to set up an LNG terminal, I go to OGRA and apply. It is for OGRA to get permissions from everybody else, whether it is from PQA or it is KT Bandar or it is Gwadar or somebody else. Let OGRA do the running around. Why should I, as an investor, have to go from pillar to post to set up a LNG terminal today? I need 26 no objection certificates. And excuse me, sir, for saying that at each energy certificate, according using the words of Malik Riaz, you have to put wheels under the file. This is where we are. Have the courage to take decisions, please. If you want to improve this country, if you want to bring it in this in the 21st century, please take the courage. Let people like, if they have created, otherwise disband OGRA, disband DG Gas, disband DG Liquid Gas. What are they there for? They should be made responsible for their sector and accountable for that sector. Give them full, unfettered responsibility. Let them either make good decisions or bad decisions, but let them make decisions. At present, we get no decisions. So the title of unlocking the potential of LNG in Pakistan is a very apt title. The question is, who is going to unlock it? My request is that the message that all of us from this meeting, which we should convey to whoever is the decision maker, is please allow the regulator the freedom to regulate. Do not tie their hands behind their back. Give them full authority and full support and timeline them. If I apply for a license to set up a LNG terminal, there should be a window, whatever is the agreed window, whether it is 30 days, 50 days, 90 days, but within that period, they will have to give me a yes or no. No indefinite holding. And all the NOCs should be obtained through OGRA in a given timeline. Nobody should be allowed to hide behind these things. There is a lot which can be done. LNG today is affordable. It is becoming even more affordable. It is a transition fuel. In 20 years, you will be out of LNG and into something else. Everybody calls it a transition fuel, but it is perhaps the only transition fuel that is available to Pakistan. We can exploit it, we can use it to our advantage, or we can hold seminars like this, discuss it, go home and forget it. So, Chairman Sahab, I request you to rise to the challenge, your organization to rise to the challenge, and take everybody to task. Exercise your authority, sir. You have the authority. Please exercise. Thank you, sir.